Best werewolf movies to watch before you die. The true fans of horror movies will acknowledge that werewolf movies have received an inappropriate criticism and have been looked down upon from the very beginning. Even among filmmakers, there was a far greater acceptance of zombie movies or even vampire movies. There is a general tendency to avoid werewolf movies, as this requires a larger investment in special effects, costumes and makeup. However, the overall idea of werewolves is fascinating, and with the right story, these movies can strike gold. Although they are the ignored cousin among various horror movie genres, there are some werewolf movies that have impressed the audience in this video. We decided to put together some of these classic werewolf movies that are sure to fascinate you before going into our explanation. We have a very small request: if you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a little click for you, but for us it means a lot. Thank you. Let's start with the cursed year 2005. Ellie takes care of her younger brother Jimmy, and while they are picking him up from a party, they get into a car accident. When they try to help a woman in the other car, a werewolf attacks her and kills her. It also hurts her, and they realize that they need to kill the beast to prevent them from turning into werewolves. But to defeat a terrible werewolf running loose in Los Angeles, it's not the easiest thing. The production company demanded a PG-13 editing for the film, and as a result, some important parts were cut out. Many reshoots have been performed. That delayed the release, but despite all these problems, the film turns out to be decent. It promises good fucking fun, and as long as you don't take it too seriously, you have a solid entertainer at hand. The camera work and some incredible stunts will distract you from the rather mediocre CGI. There are some amusing one-liners and even a scene where the werewolf screams liar and points his finger. It's basically not about fear, but about being. In the end, it turns out that this is just a typical Wes Craven movie with all the graphic mutilations coupled with a generous dose of humor. Skinwalkers 2007. The story revolves around a 13-year-old boy named Timothy, who is attacked by two warring packs of werewolves. According to the legend of the Navajo, a 13-year-old would end the curse of the Skinwalker werewolves, while his own Skinwalker relatives he would be protected before his 13th birthday. On his birthday, the evil werewolf clan manages to plan an attack on Timothy. His mother and relatives can protect him from the onslaught, and will he live up to the prophecy? The story has it all, where one group of werewolves protects Timothy and another group wants to see him dead. What follows is a deadly clash in which thousands of bullets fly from large shiny weapons. There are really no big surprises waiting for them, and the plot is quite predictable, even if the climax is enchanting. The cinematography is done with great finesse, and the night scenes look fantastic. The numerous car chases and non-stop shootouts are sure to keep you on your toes. Rona Mitra, Jason Behr and Elias Koteas together form a talented cast that delivers the goods. If you are watching this, we would suggest that you opt for the uncut version. The Skinwalkers will be the perfect popcorn flick for a casual movie night. Oh stranger, like in 2015, a train departs from London and travels through the vast landscape. On the way there meets a deer on the tracks. When the driver goes out to remove the dead deer, a strange creature grabs him. The security guard is trying to keep people calm and find a way. Now the passengers have to band together on the train and dodge this looting creature with howls until the morning. They have a werewolf movie in its purest form. There is no humanization of the werewolves or the addition of unnecessary erotic angles. As we see them in many such movies, they have realistic and relatable characters who fight for their lives as simple unarmed commuters. Despite the low budget, the special effects were good enough to will the very first attack scene shake you with a bloody close-up and prepare you for the horrors to come. The place where the train gets stuck in the middle of the dark forest contributes to the eerie atmosphere. There are some interesting characters, and Elliot Cohen does a great job as a psychobanker who is determined to survive at all costs. They have some nice cameos by Sean and Rosie Day, as well as some interesting twists in the story that keep things exciting. For example, when the passengers rejoice after killing the creature, only to hear more howls from the forest. The ending is sure to surprise you as long as you like werewolf clicks. Howl will prove to be a great experience. Abroad 2010. Lawrence had a troubled childhood after the death of his mother, and many years later he lived apart from his father and brother. At the insistence of his brother's fiancée, he returns to his ancestral homeland. His brother is missing, and he soon learns that his brother's body was found in the shopping center. Lawrence is looking for the identity of the murderer, but some terrible consequences await him. Something kills the villagers and the power seems unstoppable. This is a remake that has been done right since the creators to recreate the brilliance of the 1941 version of the movie. The end result is impressive with everything, What to expect from a horror movie? They have the ideal eerie atmosphere, mysterious characters, and especially the flowing narrative that will not bore you for a moment. There is some jumping fear on offer, but it is the anticipation of the unknown that inspires the cold. Rick Baker has mastered the makeup effects with his masterful use of prostheses, and the film has won the Oscar for Best Makeup. Also, the special effects deserve applause. The Wolf Man has a high-profile cast with Benicio del Toro, Anthony Hopkins, and Emily Blunt, who make sure that the acting performances are top-notch. This film, despite the rich content, has been criminally underestimated, and we would strongly recommend you to watch it. Stranger, an experienced war veteran Ambrose moves to a quiet area and expects some peaceful times, but the community is disturbed by a strange, mysterious animal that kills the inhabitants. All give them dog attacks from. But one night, when Ambrose is attacked by one of the creatures, he realizes that the story has more to offer. He must use all his military training to stop the beast before it's too late. This is one of those films where you would like a bigger budget, but what the film lacks in special effects, it compensates for with the skillful use of makeup. The creature effects are stunning, and the suit is designed to intimidate the audience along with a killer script and reach out to actors like Nick Dimitri and Tom Noonan. The film promises to be a madness. The character of Ambrose, played by Nick Dimitri, is a cool old man who uses a shovel as a weapon pipe and smokes cigarettes while planning to catch the evil creatures. Some scenes like the one showing the werewolf transformation are absolutely sublime and a treat. While horror movies with too much humor lag behind, this is clearly an exception that you might expect if you expect a cheesy funny story, but you would definitely be pleasantly surprised how good this movie is. Bruce Dog Soldiers 2002. It was supposed to be a routine training mission for a British troop. Since they were supposed to train against the Special Operations Command in the Scottish Highlands, things go terribly wrong when they found out that the Special Operations Command was massacred with only 2 bloody survivors as they tried to escape from the region. They realize that werewolves are after their lives, and their simple training mission will soon turn into a survival mission. The story of the Dog Soldiers is as simple as it could be. They have soldiers fighting werewolves in the wilderness of Scotland in a bloodthirsty setup. Even with minimal use of CGI effects, that their werewolves were made as scary big and huge monsters through animatronics and bodysuits. The movie promises tons of action and some exciting moments that will keep you seen, in which a sergeant blows up a house to kill the werewolf family is sure to give you goosebumps. This British action horror film features some of the best actors, including Liam Cunningham, Kevin McKidd, and Sean Pertwee, who impress in their respective roles. The direction of Neil Marshall leaves nothing to complain about, and his efforts have been awarded on some prestigious platforms. In total, Dog Soldiers is sure to be considered an innovative story in an interesting package. Oh, thank you, Silver Bullet 1985. A small town was peaceful until some brutal murders began to ring alarm bells among the inhabitants. Marty, a disabled boy, ventures out one night after being equipped with a motorized wheelchair, when he is attacked by a strange creature that he survives and identifies her as a werewolf. Marty and his sister Jane are hunting for the deadly creature all over the city. If you are looking for a serious and terrifying werewolf movie in which liked our content, do not forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you don't have a good one yet and are safe. Thank you, everyone.